What's your problem, Sunshine?
Just fed up.
Why?
Well, Mac and Sid and all the trouble with the car.
Oh, it'll pass, it'll pass.
But I don't see what's all the trouble it's about, because I think they've done a really good job.
I'm sure they did.
Well, what's all the trouble for, then? Is it something to do with Mr. Ashley?
Now, what makes you think that?
Well, he was here, like, asking questions.
When?
Well, just a bit earlier, and they told me to get out.
Oh, charming, isn't he?
Yeah, but, I mean, the police don't come, do they?
Hmm?
If a job, you know, don't go right.
Depends.
Depends on what?
They're trying to find out anything about the night Arthur Brownlow was killed, that's all.
But, oh, that ain't nothing to do with us, is it?
No.
Well, why are they asking?
It's a good question, Benny.
What?
Well, they get sort of desperate for clues, so they go around asking everybody everything, and they sort of sift through it, hoping to come up with something.
Must be hard, that.
It is indeed, yeah.
But Mac and Sid, they think they're going to be in a lot of trouble with Mr. Lamont.
Yeah, well, he can give people that impression, but underneath, he's a right old softy, Benny.
Come on, come on, come on.
Hello?
Linda?
Who's that?
Where's Lamont? Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to get you for the last 2 days. Now get round here, quick.
I can't just drop everything.
Stick the phone down and get in your car.
Why, what's happened?
Not on the telephone.
Reg.
I will tell you when you get round here.
But look, I can't come, not just now.
Listen, you either get round here or I come and fetch you. And you wouldn't like that, would you? Linda? Damn!
They don't look fresh to me. I mean, I know there isn't much about this late in the season, but I couldn't put these on the table.
They smell horrible.
Mrs. Brownlow will be serving luncheon in under an hour. I'd be very grateful if you could concentrate on the flowers.
Oh, well, I didn't realise it was that late.
Well, I would be very grateful.
Yeah, well, look what they've sent us. That's just what we've been talking about.
Yes, well, go and see what Mr. Gibbs says in the hothouse.
Yeah. Well, any chrysanthemums at this time of the year.
Don't be absurd, my girl. I'm talking of a little fern, just a spray or two. And do hurry, we haven't got much time. You really should have thought of this before.
Well, they've only just been delivered.
Well, we'll have them sent back when the van arrives with the replacements. I'll make sure they provide something more suitable for tonight.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Paul.
You look pale, Mrs. Brownlow.
I'm all right.
Perhaps you shouldn't have come back to work so soon. Are you sure you'll manage?
There's no need to worry, Mr. Paul. I'll cope.
Good, good. Then just do the flowers first. Put them in a big vase.
Yes, thank you. I think I can arrange a few flowers without too much difficulty. Thank you.
So, what time did you finish last night, then?
Don't remember.
All right, I'll jog your memory. She was in the reception at 9 o'clock sharp with her usual newspapers, while you dragged yourself to work an hour late? Still yawning?
Well, first, I had to do all the washing up after breakfast this morning. I don't think Gina Moran's ever washed up in her life. Second, well, she's younger.
Oh, goodness, there's an admission.
Well, only just.
Oh, yes.
One of us has to tell Gina Moran that she must go. And I don't believe that I am the right person to do it.
Well, why this time?
You know why.
What, Kate Hamilton's confession to the police? How did the girl hear about that?
Kate went to her chalet and told her.
I don't believe you. The girl's in her chalet, and a woman she suspected and then came to trust walks in and says, "Sorry, love. You were right at the very beginning. I've just told the police that I've killed your father." My God.
All right, all right, all right. Clearly your sympathies are with the girl. So perhaps you're the one who should point out the impossibility of her remaining in the same place as a woman against whom she may be called to give evidence. She's a very sensible girl. She'll see it herself if she's nudged by someone she respects. And it's clear she respects you.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm sorry, David. I couldn't respect myself if I had to tell an innocent party to clear off just in case her presence might upset a guilty one. I'm sorry I can't do that.
Well, don't look at me. I can't do it. We went out on the town last night and had a great time. I'm sorry, David, I can't explain it, but it's just not on. But I agree, it's got to be done. And I think I know someone who might just be able to do it.
Shouldn't mean Paul Ross.
Yes, I think so. He's besotted with the girl.
That'd mean she'd have to tell him about Kate's confession.
Yes, and if she's very swift, she might just beat Kate Hamilton to it.
I mean, why did you have to give me that cock and bull story? God, that was a stupid thing to do. Not only have you hit the man, you have to drag me into it as well.
I was terrified.
You were terrified. Linda, the man is dead. The police are asking questions.
Oh, they're not onto it, are they? Reg, they're not onto it.
Now, they've taken statements from the two fellows at the garage who are working on the damage.
But they think it was parking, don't they?
And that is what they've told them. Once the fuss start picking away at that, that's no way that's going to stand up.
Oh, Reg.
Now, listen, when they get round to you and they start questioning you, don't try and wriggle out of it. You've got to come clean.
No, I can't.
What do you mean?
I can't face that.
You haven't got a choice.
But Ted comes back this weekend.
The way things stand at the moment, that is the least of your worries.
Well, I deny it. I say you were there with me. I say you were driving. It's only your word against mine.
Linda, when I do something and I get copped, that is a risk I take. But there is no way that I'm going to carry the can for you. Not for something I didn't do. No way at all. Now, if you've got that, are you receiving me loud and clear? Good.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, you shouldn't.
I didn't mean it, Reg.
I'm glad to hear it.
It's just that I've been in such a state. I haven't slept a wink since I read about him. I keep seeing him lying there, dead. It's an awful thing to know you've killed someone, Reg. What am I going to do?
Well, you're going to give yourself a couple of days to settle down for a start. Don't go home.
Why?
Because if the police come and question you in this condition, you haven't got a chance. Where have you been the last 2 days?
My sister's.
All right. Go back there. Leave me a phone number. Here.
What'll he do to me, Reg?
They'll get you, Linda. That's what they'll do.
Yes, I think we'll have the Chablis, number 17. 4 bottles, and please make sure it is the right temperature, all right, Mandy?
Yes, Mr. Paul.
Mrs. Brownlow, I must congratulate you on the floral arrangements. They were very beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
But certainly an improvement.
Thank you.
Mrs. Brownlow, I feel I owe you an apology. I was unnecessarily sharp this morning and really totally irresponsible.
No.
I mean, it was your first day back after losing your husband. It really was uncalled for.
Look, Mr. Paul, it was the best thing that you could have done for me. You made me feel like a human being again instead of an invalid. No, I felt like me again, part of the everyday world. Please, don't apologize. I was grateful, I am really.
Nevertheless, I was to blame, and I'm very sorry.
Mr. Paul?
Yes, Glenda?
Mrs. Harvey's looking for you. She's in reception.
Well, then we must see how best we can assist Mrs. Harvey. Excuse me.
Is he getting at you again?
No.
Just as well. I'm in the mood for a real stand-up fight.
Matter of fact, he was quite nice. He can be a real gentleman when he likes.
When it suits him, you mean?
Yes, Mrs. Harvey.
Paul, it's about Gina Moran. She might listen to you if you were to persuade
her to do what?
Leave the motel. I'm sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to build you up in order to let you down.
Well, have your fun.
It isn't fun. It's all very awkward. You see, Kate Hamilton's gone to the police.
Yes, I know.
You know? How?
Well, the police have been on to me as Sergeant Ashley Lamont. I suppose they'll go round to see everybody about it before he's finished.
Well, will you do it?
Yes, I will do it.
Talk about complicated. Just listen to this. If you die intestate, that means without leaving a will.
I know.
Good, then perhaps one of us will be able to understand what they're getting at. Oh, Dad, why couldn't you have left a will? Even a simple statement on a piece of paper. I leave everything to my wife, signed and witnessed. It would have saved all this bother.
It's asking a bit much, asking Mum to cope with all that.
Hello? Oh, hello, Greg. Yeah. No, nothing in particular. What, 7:30 then, round the Red Lion? Yeah. Yeah, is Don around? Well, give him a buzz, eh? Yes. Yeah, well, we might as well. I mean, it's a long time since I had a good booze up. Let them all come. Yeah, it was. Yeah, a bit of a shock, to say the least. Yeah, been up to our eyes. Well, you can imagine. Shan't be sorry to get back on that oil rig. Well, yeah, just a week or two. Just help get Mum sorted.
Hello.
Hello, Kev.
Yeah, I look forward to that then.
I said I might pop round. I promised Glenn I'd spend the evening.
Know anything about wills or
Yeah.
clocks?
All right.
What?
Cheers, Greg. Ta-da. Bye. Well, if you've come round for supper, you're just in time to peel the spuds.
Do you mean to say you have been home all day and you haven't even bothered?
Not a pot washed or a dog flea'd. Useless about the house, me.
It is cheerful tonight, eh? Did Auntie Kath say what you're having?
Well?
For supper. She'll be back any minute. Now, come on, get all this mess off the table.
Get in. Hey, look, it's just a blooming flywheel now.
Oh, Kev, you're an half-create. You've got grease all over the table.
Grease? There's no grease in a clock.
Kev!
What?
Have you got a sweater I can borrow?
No.
Well, there's one up here in a wrapper.
Yeah, you can keep your thieving hands off it and all. It's new. There's one that might fit you in the top left-hand drawer.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, I'll be glad when he goes back to his flaming oil rig.
Has he said when he's going yet?
Another week or two.
Glenda tells me you might be hanging on because of Auntie Kath.
What?
The baby.
Yeah, she's not that keen on the idea, so we thought we'd leave it for a bit after what happened.
Are you going out then?
That's right. A drink with the lads.
Well, it's up to you, of course, but I think you're wrong. Glenda needs something to cheer her up. Well, you could make another appointment, couldn't you, without letting Auntie Kath know?
Oh, I suppose I could.
And then, when you've set it all up, you could talk to her. She'd come round, Kev.
Yeah, well, it's an idea.
Well, think about it then.
Proper little Margie proofs, aren't we?
Well, Ron, why didn't you answer my letters?
Hey?
I wrote you 3 times.
Yeah, we don't get much time for writing letters on the oil rig. Didn't even have a chance to send Mum a postcard. Besides...
Besides what?
Well, things are a bit different now.
Iris, think you could peel the spud? I said to get some chops on the way home and I completely forgot. I'll have to go down to the corner shop.
Hang on, I'll give you a lift.
Oh, turn on.
Hello. Hello. Yes, I did. I will, yes. Who is it?
Paul.
What do you want? Oh, look, just a minute. Come in. I'm on an overseas call.
I'm so sorry.
You look dreadful. Sit down. Hello, Richard. Well, I've been trying to get you all day. The thing is, Kate Hamilton's confessed to the police. I'm worried about the affidavit. Oh, that's a relief. No, I'm fine, honestly. Well, I want to leave, but it's getting rather awkward. No, I'm not exactly in love with my job. How's yours? Oh, good. And, when's the wedding? Look, someone's just walked in. Can I call you back? Okay, bye. That was Richard Lord. In case you're interested, he's doing fine in Canada. It seems to me the only way to lead a normal life is to get as far away from here as possible.
That is what I've come to persuade you to do.
You finally break into my chalet, and your only motive is to send me packing.
No, but the first motive I no longer dare entertain in my mind.
Oh, dear. I sense a long and very morbid conversation.
If you're going to wear only a dressing gown, I wish you wouldn't also sit like that. The fact that you feel it is safe to do so makes me feel ineffectual.
Get to the point, Paul.
Kate Hamilton's been to the police.
Yes, I know. It's getting very awkward. Richard thinks I should leave. Did you hear me agree?
It was very difficult not to have heard. I'm not quite sure whether I feel relieved or distressed that I don't have to persuade you to go.
I make my own decisions, Paul.
Yes, that has always been my problem with you, hasn't it?
The trouble is, the police don't want me to leave either. A Sergeant Ashley Lamont's been in before you.
I'm not surprised.
And nor it seems altogether overjoyed.
In here, I'm not. In here, I am. Unlike Richard Lord. Excuse me.
He's a right bundle of laughs, isn't he?
Yeah, he's had a bad day.
You don't have to tell me. What is all this about Mac and Sid, anyway?
It's nothing. He's making a meal out of it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
There you are, Benny. Your lemonade.
Thanks.
Why the long face?
You see, there's been a lot of trouble at the garage.
Oh, I see.
It's all my fault.
How?
I'm not sure, but Mac and Sid had to go to the police.
The police?
Yeah, but don't get telling anybody, see. They don't think that I know, because they sent me out. But I was listening at the door and I heard them, I could tell.
I think you've got it wrong.
No, I haven't. You see, they think the car they were working on was the car that do it, Mr. Brownlow.
Sharon?
What are you doing?
Can you come in here for a minute?
Don't get saying
it. I mean, you saying all this rubbish.
What do you want me for?
What's all this about Mac and Sid saying the police?
The police? Oh, it's just a formality.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
It's just routine stuff, just questions.
Concerning Arthur Brownlow?
Yeah.
I told you, didn't I?
Oh, Benny, I told you this morning. They're in the clear.
Yeah, well, I better be off anyway.
What's that about? We're cooking you a meal.
No, it's all right, I don't.
Oh, come on,
Benny. It'll be okay, don't worry.
I hope so.
Benny! Will it? Be okay?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Level with me, Sharon. Is it possible that this is true? That Mac and Sid were working on the car that killed Arthur Brownlow?
No, I have it on authority.
Whose?
Reg's.
And you believe him?
Yeah?
And what about Ashley? What does he say about all this?
Oh, now, there you have me. As far as work's concerned, the shutter's come down.
Well, it would be one hell of a thing if it was true.
Yeah.
You're hedging.
Well, nothing's certain in this world, is it?
Reg was in that car, wasn't he?
No, Di, I don't think he was.
But he did bring it in for a service, didn't he?
True.
So if it was the car that actually killed...
Ashley's going to have something he's been looking for a very long time.
How do you mean?
A real excuse to clobber his dad.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I tried not to. But if something stares you in the face for long enough, you can't pretend it isn't there. Hmm?